So we got Errol Spence Jr. getting in the ring after the Fundora and Tim Tszyu fight. All right. Now it looks like Errol Spence is calling out Fundora, and it looks like they could be making that fight happen next. Now, as you guys just seen on the screen, it looks like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford has been going back and forth, okay, about who's finna get this next title shot versus which would be the winner of Tim Tszyu and Fundora, which was Fundora. And now a lot of people is trying to figure out what is going on. How is Errol Spence, getting back in there and getting the title shot right after just losing last July versus Terence Crawford? Shouldn't Terence Crawford, basically have the say so, you know what I'm saying, and how, and who gets to fight, how he gets to fight. And I want to give my thoughts on the whole situation of Errol Spence getting in the ring. Basically Fundora's team is basically saying that they're basically looking towards Errol Spence in the next fight, more so than Terence Crawford. And we're going to show the video where he basically said that Errol Spence, pretty much sells out more than Terence Crawford does. So that's probably why they're going to go in that direction. I want to give my thoughts, but before I do so, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. All right, if you've been here before, I really appreciate your support. Make sure you share the video if you need to share the video, all of that good stuff like that. We will be getting in here doing some more videos, trying to really keep up with boxing and keep you guys informed and give our thoughts and all of that good stuff. I really appreciate the support of everybody that's been rocking with me, even though I've been going through a lot. But let's get into this video real quick. So we see Errol Spence Jr. here, gets up in the ring. And in my personal opinion, a lot of these situations where the fighters get up in the ring to call out the fighter that won, lately they've been being kind of weak. All right, I thought this little whole situation after the fight where Errol got in the ring to call out Fundora, I thought it was a bit weak in my personal opinion. I think the sport of boxing, would like to see a little bit more fiery exchanges between the upcoming fights. He got in there. Basically just say, yeah, you already know I'm next, whatever he was basically saying. Just kind of, he always does that. Just step in the ring and take a picture with the fighter and let everybody know I'm next and boom, boom, boom. But I think we want to see guys that, I know it is not characteristic of Errol to really, really talk junk, but we know he can if he have to. But it's just a weird situation coming off of the loss that he came off of, for him to be jumping up in the ring calling out fighters. But it's just the whole situation to me was a bit weird. And then he's going back and forth with Terence Crawford on Twitter. But I guess that's just to build up the fight. All right, I think in my personal opinion, that's just basically to build it up. The rematch.
The only thing I thought that he would knock him out, but I need to give him credit to do. And he would get a rematch, but not in this moment. Now I need to maximize the most money for the fighter. And I believe he deserves it.
Is that Errol Spence Jr.?
That's correct.
Over Crawford? Like, does it spend more money?
No, Crawford will not sell out 90,000 people in Dallas.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's like, Crawford will not sell out 90,000 in Dallas. Basically allude to the fact that Errol Spence Jr. in Dallas is going to be able to put asses in the seats. He's going to be able to basically, bring in more money, bring in more fans. And I think that's the direction they want to try to go in. And I did hear that the sanctioning body for this belt that he just won, I think it's the WBA or WBC. I'm not sure which belt it was. You guys let me know. But I seen the news that basically the sanctioning body is basically making Crawford, I guess, the mandatory for that belt. So that will mean what? Does that mean that Fundora is now going to vacate the belt so he can fight Errol Spence for the money? And now, Terence Crawford get in there with Tim Tszyu next or whatever. Who knows, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think. But, it looks like Fundora and his team is looking towards Errol Spence to try to get in there and, try to cash out, go to Dallas and try to get it popping. So how do we see that fight playing out if Errol Spence and Fundora get in there? There was a video, if I can find it, of Errol Spence taking pictures with, with some of the fans after the fight. And I think one of the fans asked him, how does that fight play out? And I think Errol Spence was basically saying that I guess Fundora is going to sleep. Let me see if I can find that video. Of course, I can't find it while I'm looking for it, but here it is right here. So basically,
this is how we made our workflow.
So basically, Errol Spence, you guys can go check it out on Fight Hype, really good channel. So Errol Spence taking pictures with these folks.
EJ, what happens to Fundora when he faces you?
He asked EJ, what happens to Fundora when he faces you? So Errol said he gonna put Fundora to sleep. You going to sleep, bucko. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. How does that whole situation play out? It looks like that's the next fight that's gonna happen. And I think all of this stuff is leading back up to Errol Spence getting back in the ring with Terence Crawford. I know they're going to fight again. I just know it. I can feel it in my bones. You see them jawing at each other on Twitter again. A lot of Terence Crawford fans are mad at Errol Spence and Errol Spence's fans because they feel like, Terence Crawford whooped Errol, so he should be able to call the shots. He should be able to get the fights that he want to get. And I see a lot of people in the comments arguing, trying to figure out how is it that, Terence Crawford is not getting, how is he still getting the short end of the stick, basically. And a lot of people feel like Terence Crawford just doesn't move his career in the right direction. He doesn't sign the contracts that he's supposed to sign. And Errol Spence is just a more likable guy. Even if he lost, I think the fan still is rocking with Errol more than they rocking with Crawford. And I think it's just one of them situations where, charismatic people sometimes just, they just win over the fans, win, lose, or draw, man. And I think people just rocking with Errol, regardless, just like how a lot of other Mexican fans, Puerto Rican fans, people from Cuba, a lot of their fans support them, win, lose, or draw. And I think that's really what's just going on with Errol Spence, man. But, I thought the whole call-out situation to me was a little bit weak, but we've seen it happen before with PBC where, we kind of know what's coming next, and they just pretty much put the guy in the ring, next that's going to fight, all right? They just put him in the ring for the call-out just so they can let everybody know, hey, this pretty much what's going to happen next, and that's pretty much, all we can do. We can't really do nothing else about it, but I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel down in the comments about the whole situation with Errol calling out Fundora. Do you think Errol deserved to get in there for a title shot after losing? Do you think, Fundora is going to vacate the belt? There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of news happening rapidly. So if anything changed or you guys know anything, just feel free to let me know down in the comment section. Really appreciate everybody for checking in. We're trying to build this gym boxing community back up the way we had it before. And we're trying to go up a little bit higher now, man. So much love, peace, and blessings. This your boy, Get a Mic. And I'll be out of here like last year. Peace out, y'all.
To this day,